Hi, I'm Rob Richardson with North Carolina State University, and I work on aquatic plant management. And for this time of year, and early in the season, January, it's really a time where you want to do a lot of planning and a lot of monitoring. So it's a good time of year, if you haven't done so before, to take some water samples for nutrient analysis, see where your nitrogen and phosphorus levels are. It's also a good time to start planning what you might need to do early in the season. A lot of times for aquatic plant and algae problems, people start treating them too late in the growing season, and it's really important to get on top of them before they become too problematic, or you're going to have to spend more labor, more money down the road for managing these things. So for algae, which we have a lot of algae issues in our small ponds, starting with the water quality measurements, your nitrogen, phosphorus especially, is going to help you with planning. If you use something like a pond dye, that's something that you need to apply before the growing season starts, before your weeds or algae are at the water surface. Otherwise, you've done it too late. So it's really important to do that when it's still cold out. So now's a good time to go ahead and plan for that. Now, in terms of other planning, other monitoring, if you haven't taken any sediment samples for soil analysis, it'd be a good time to do that as well, because that's also going to feed back into what your nutrient levels might be, as well as what your base pH is going to be in your pond. And again, getting back to scoping out what you need to do from a management standpoint. Now, a lot of our ponds are going to have grass carp in them, so it's a good idea to monitor those populations over time. You can usually assume that you're losing about 20% of that population each year. So depending on how long ago you stocked, you might want to plan a new stocking of grass carp, and typically spring is a good time to do that. So that would be another thing to keep in mind and work on planning. So if you also had any weed or big algae issues the previous year, it's a good time to work through what you need to do this year to get on top of those things. So grass carp go out into a lot of our ponds. They're going to control most submerged vegetation. So that really leaves a lot of other things on the table that might need to be managed with something other than grass carp. So if you're having emergent weeds or floating weeds at the surface, you need to think about what you might need to do this growing season to control those, and control them early season rather than too late. So planning out when you might want to do those herbicide applications based on what was done the previous year could be good to go ahead and get that down kind of on the calendar, or at least a plan of action for this coming year.